In the wake of mass shootings, gun safety advocates have repeatedly pushed for tighter laws and repeatedly reached dead ends in Congress and state legislatures.
And now a Chicago attorney representing victims of the Highland Park parade shooting is trying a different approach: civil litigation. WGN's Mike Lowe reports.
Eduardo Uvaldo was one of the 7 people killed in the July 4th parade attack in Highland Park.
He loved his family. He was a family man. His time was spent with us.
For his daughter, Nubia Hogan, it's been a year of grieving, reflecting, and searching for solutions to the problem of mass shootings.
I think that they need to ban these weapons. They don't need to be out there. Civilians don't need it. You know, these are weapons of war.
In the year since the parade attack, and really the 24 years since Columbine, Congress has enacted little in the way of gun safety legislation.
Suggesting that the problem is simply guns does everyone a disservice. The problem is deeper.
Illinois passed its own semi-automatic weapons ban in the parade's aftermath.
We got this done for all the victims.
But a patchwork of state laws has had little effect on the overall national problem of mass shootings with semi-automatic weapons. One novel approach to accountability is civil litigation.
I feel the heavy burden that the families know that they are relying upon us to do something, because no one else is.
Powerful Chicago attorney Antonio Romanucci is leading a landmark lawsuit against gun manufacturer Smith & Wesson, the maker of the weapon used by the Highland Park shooter.
We know who is to blame, and that is Smith & Wesson. They are the ones that put this gun in this person's hands.
A federal law protects gun manufacturers from being held liable for mass shootings, but Romanucci is arguing that Smith & Wesson violated state consumer protection laws, alleged transgressions for which the gun maker could be held responsible. The 71-page lawsuit alleges the marketing and sales practices of Smith & Wesson are the beginning and pivotal links in a foreseeable and predictable chain of events, resulting in numerous mass shootings, and argues the company is acting with the full knowledge and appreciation of its role in facilitating these mass shootings.
This consumer fraud, this marketing deception, led to this shooting.
Smith & Wesson did not respond to our requests for comment, but in a written statement, the company criticized politicians and others who blame the gun makers for shootings. They seek to avoid any responsibility for the crisis of violence they have created by attempting to shift the blame to Smith & Wesson, other firearm manufacturers, and law-abiding gun owners. It's a legal tactic that has already worked. The families of those killed in the Sandy Hook shooting sued gunmaker Remington, which settled the case by paying $73 million to 9 of the victims' families.
We are trying to do something similar here in Illinois. This violation of state law never should have happened, and we are saying is a cause of the shooting.
From the outside, I probably look fine, but I'm shattered on the inside. And I don't know if I'll ever be unshattered.
For those who have never felt a bullet rip through your skin, let me explain how it feels.
Lauren Bennett is part of the lawsuit.
The gunshots were loud, the bullets were flying everywhere. We were seeing people get hit and fall to the ground, pools of blood.
She was at the parade with 2 of her 3 young boys. She was shot twice.
In my back, I felt a tight shock. I noticed that I was bleeding on the side. I screamed, "We're under attack."
Her husband rushed her to the hospital, and she survived to tell her story.
But if it makes change, if it gets good laws passed, good regulation passed, holds accountability for people who wronged us, then I will tell my story over and over again.
These are killing machines and they don't belong on the streets in civilian hands.
Other parade survivors say the gun industry should take responsibility and change the way it markets weapons to young men.
We have to hit gun makers at their bottom line, which is at their profit margins.
The suit also names the gun seller, the shooter, and the shooter's father. But earlier this year, gun rights advocate and owner of Maxon Shooter Supplies and Displays,
these are all AR patterned rifles. These are some of the nicer ones by
Dan Eldridge said the gun industry and law-abiding gun owners should not be punished for the actions of criminals.
Your problem lies somewhere in these deranged criminal offenders, they're the ones that are culpable.
But the victims see access to semi-automatic weapons as the problem.
Predictable and preventable.
And Romanucci sees litigation as perhaps the only avenue of change.
Not one more! Enough is enough!
Confronting the firearms industry with the possibility of financial losses.
We're not going to get uniformity in this country unless there are enough lawyers who will bring on these cases, and these are very difficult cases, where it becomes unsustainable for the gun manufacturers to defend these. Anytime that there's a mass shooting where you see a pattern, it is my belief that if there's a viable claim, that a lawsuit should be brought so that it's unsustainable for the gun manufacturers to defend.
In Highland Park, Mike Lowe, WGN News.